Production of a full-scale replica of the ill-fated Titanic being built in China appears to have ground to a halt as new pictures have revealed the expensive clone lying in a rusted heap. The project, which has so far cost in excess of £110 million and looks far from completion, is set to be opened as an attraction in the Romandizia 7-star international culture tourism resort in Sichuan province, China next year, according to its official website. But a mixture of delays and financial woes has heaped criticism towards the costly venture. Production has been beset by problems from the beginning, according to media reports. Furthermore, despite initially insisting that the replica would be a respectful take on the White Star ship that sank in 1912, planners caused outrage among survivors' families when they spoke of plans to recreate the crash that killed more than 1,500 people, with a simulation. Chief Executive Su Shaojin defended the project after the outrage, saying he and his team were never acting disrespectfully. He added, "It's not like a certain country owns this thing. Just like the US can make Kung Fu Panda, and that's very common. Same with Mulan." For China, the Titanic represents something of universal value. Jean Legge, whose dad was a steward on the boat and was one of 705 survivors, disagreed, saying, "My dad lived to be nearly 90 and the sights and sounds of people fighting for their lives stayed with him to the end of his days. If he knew this was being replicated, I think he'd be turning in his grave. I find it very upsetting. I feel they could have replicated another liner. It's in poor taste." Now, pictures coming from the theme park show the vessel with a completely rusted hull with workers nowhere in sight. The vessel is still surrounded by scaffolding but is devoid of any of the details that would liken it to the famous Belfast-built ship. The project was supposed to be an uncanny remake, with the design team saying they wanted to get it as close as we can to the original, with banquet halls, theaters, observation platforms, and pools. But the project remains in a sorry state, and embarrassment also comes in the fact that the original Titanic took just 12 months to build, in the early 20th century, while the replica has now been docked at the landlocked theme park in China for 7 years.